Enzo, ahead of your first Premier League game in charge here, is the team where you want it to be, and what would success look like for Chelsea this season?
Yeah, for sure we are doing well since day one. We are improving things. Now for sure it's just, we started just 1 month ago, so it's too early to see the team in the way I would like to see. But in the same moment I'm quite happy because in terms of process I think the team is ahead where I expected, my expectation, so it's important. But yeah, for me the good feeling is that game after game and day after day I can see that the team is improving, and in this moment is the most important thing.
And the success part, what would be a good season?
For me a good season means that I can see game after game, month after month team that is improving, and for sure with timing we are going to close a little bit the gap between us and the teams that they are ahead of us in this moment.
What players are you missing for the game on Sunday?
In terms of injury or in terms of...
injury or in general?
No, we have just one injury, that is Reece James. The rest they are all fit and they're going to be all of them available.
Will Conor Gallagher be involved on Sunday?
No, Conor is back. He is training in this moment a little bit apart. He's doing some medical test and some training, and he won't be involved for this game also because better than me, is in this moment he's trying to find a solution with club, so we see what's happened.
What happens next with him, and how difficult a situation is that to have a player so close to a move and suddenly back at the training ground?
Listen, I said already many times since we start, unfortunately these kind of things happen every summer, sometimes at Chelsea, sometimes at Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Newcastle. All the clubs during the summer they have some problems, unfortunately, because players that they want to leave, clubs that they want player to leave, so it's always can happen that you have some kind of problems. But at the end, every time finish with all of them happy. So hopefully for Conor in this moment that his situation is going to finish where the player, the club, the manager, all the people involved, they're going to be happy.
And a lot of talk at the moment around Victor Osimhen, Joao Felix as well. In terms of that kind of forward player, do you still feel like you need that forward player, and do you feel like you're close to bringing in a forward player?
No, the only thing I can say is that I have to say always the same. I know that, but they are not our players, so it's not correct, I think, to talk about a Napoli player or about, who is the other one, Atletico Madrid player. In this moment, the club knows exactly what I think in terms of what we need in case we need to do something, and hopefully before we finish the window transfer, we can bring some player.
Just a final one for me on Manchester City coming to Stamford Bridge. What a first game that is. Does it give you any sort of advantage knowing Pep Guardiola and his methods so well?
No, absolutely, because I said many times, after 8-9 years together, you can do so many different things. So Pep is not a manager that is always doing the same. He's always changing, and with us will be exactly the same. So will be a tough game, but as you said, exciting. Start the Premier, start against the champion, and we see.
Alex.
Hi Enzo. Just on that City game on Sunday, how big an opportunity is it for your Chelsea side to make a statement at the start of the season?
It's always a good moment. It's always an opportunity to show ourselves, for sure, against the champion. That more than against the champion, it's against a club that they are working with the same manager in the last 8-9 years, and this is a huge advantage. The same thing happened with some different club, for instance, like Arsenal. But we're gonna try to use all our game to try to win games and to make us happy and also the fans.
The last 5 Chelsea managers haven't won the opening game, so a chance for you to change that?
So in the worst scenario will be 6. No. Yeah, no. We're gonna try to do our best to win games. I said already since we start many times, for me, this is my personal opinion, the big difference in this moment between us and other teams that in this moment they are dominating English football, it's just matter of time in terms of there are clubs that they work with the same manager 5 years, 9 years, 8 years, and here we work with the same manager 1 month. So the huge difference is only about that for me. For sure with timing, we're gonna close the gap and hopefully can happen very soon.
You just mentioned time. Pep Guardiola was speaking this morning and he said, if they give you time, this is going to work. Is that what you're asking for from this club?
Yes, sometimes sounds like excuse because every manager is talking about timing. I know that timing in football it's difficult, but at the end I think in our case, because of the process, because of the idea, I'm 100% sure that this team is getting better game after game, and with timing we're gonna close the gap with in this moment City, Arsenal, these kind of clubs that they are dominating in English football.
John?
Hi, John from BBC. How you talk about time and you talk about your team improving as they go along. So do you think you're going to have to ask the fans to be, maybe a little bit patient as to start with from this point?
Yeah, for sure we need their support in any case, because when you are inside the pitch and you can hear your fans that they are behind the team, it's always a big support. It's like we said many times, it's like 12 players, So for sure, if they support us and they be patient, we're gonna pay back. I think you said we're gonna pay back with performance and with the results.
I suppose in football, and especially here, you don't always get the time that ideally you would like. So how important is it to get off to a really good start here?
A good start is always important for us as a Chelsea or for a different club. So we are looking for a good start, for sure, 100%. But I'm quite confident and relaxed in terms of I don't know if in terms of time, because I can see that the team is improving, and it's the only thing that I can control. I can control just the team. I cannot control what the people or people around the club they think. I can just control my team, my players, improve them, improve the team, and this is for me the main target.
And how have you found it since you've got here? You talk about the team and your players, and we all know you've got a very big squad of players here. So how difficult is it to manage that?
We have been 20 days, I think, almost in America with 28, 29 players, so it's been quite good in terms of manage the squad. Now we are the guys that they are not involved in our squad, they are training apart, so it's quite...
Can that be difficult though?
At the moment it's not difficult, as I said, also because if I start to think that I have 43 players, probably it's not a good thing. I just finished the session now, I'm already thinking about tomorrow's session. It's the only thing I like to do, I like to control. Because then if you start to think about 43 players, manager, no time, this kind, I think don't worth it. So
I suppose you can't keep
last
them
one, John.
happy, yeah. Do you think before the end of the month you're going to have to get rid of players, are going to have to leave, go on loan or whatever? Maybe 10 players maybe to trim down the squad?
This question is for the Paul and Laurenz, that they are there trying to find solution for this kind of players. I'm not the guy in charge to find solution for loan players, otherwise they have to pay me double.
Alison?
Hi Enzo, Alison Bender, nice to meet you and welcome. As a manager you have to get a balance between playing to your players' strengths but also implementing your own philosophy. How hard has it been to kind of find that balance?
Not hard here, because one of the reasons why I accept Chelsea for sure is because it's one of the biggest club in the world, but also because for me the squad is very good. I had the opportunity to analyze the squad when we faced them in FA Cup, and I had the opportunity to analyze deeply the squad when I had the first contact with the club. So the squad for me is full of talent. It's a very good squad, and they are perfect in the way I like to play. So this is also one of the reasons why I'm here, is because I'm convinced that the players we have, they are already good. They can be even better, improving, and I'm quite confident on that.
I know that you're very open about your tactics, and I know you've spoken to the press and you've done videos about the way you like to play. Would you say that you're quite rigid then? I don't mean that in a negative way, but Are you able to be flexible and adaptable, or do you think you want the players to play the way that you want them to play? Which side of that do you feel?
No, we are, since probably from outside it's more difficult to recognize, but since we start, we play on the ball, I mean when we have the ball, already in two different way. For the first time against Inter, we play completely in different way compared to the previous friendly game. And off the ball, we already press in 6 friendly game, 4 different way. So we try to adapt, depends how the other team, they press us or they attack us, we try to adapt and to find a solution. But we are not going to play always in one way with the same. For instance, Malo is playing right back, left back, inside. Against City in the friendly game, he was higher. Cristo was playing as a 9 and then pocket and then winger. So we try to put the players in position where they can give their best.
Rantman.
Enzo, Roman here. Welcome to Chelsea. Just a quick one. I think you were at Man City when Haaland came. Erling Haaland came. How much did City's game have to change? And how much does Chelsea's game have to change if you have maybe Christopher Nkunku playing as a 9, or Nicolas Jackson playing as a 9, or Mark Hughes playing as a 9?
Yeah, for sure, if you have Nicolas playing as a 9 or Cristo, that means that you are looking for something different. You cannot ask the same, two different, completely different players. In terms of Haaland, I think they tried to adapt when Haaland arrived a little bit, but also Haaland was completely open-minded to adapt himself to the way City was playing.
And then just finally on Reece James, the injury, is it the same injury from last season or is it a different one?
That's a fantastic question. I don't know. I know that he was injured, but he had different problems. I don't know now if it's exactly the same, to be honest. I don't know.
Rob.
Hi, Enzo. Chelsea had so many issues with injuries last season and players missing huge portions of the season. How have you found the kind of physical condition and match readiness of the squad, given how many of them had really broken up seasons last year?
Depends a little bit also the injury, because sometimes when it's, for instance, it's a kick, it's not because the training is not good, or it's because you are unlucky kick and you got injury. So it depends a little bit the kind of injury. The only thing I can say, I don't know, I was last year, I was not here, so it's not my duty or my job to judge. The only thing I can say is that in 1 month, 45 days that we start, we had just one injury problem, that is Reece. Unfortunately, he got injured just 2-3 minutes before we change him. Otherwise, we avoid that, but happened, and this is the only thing I can say. Sometimes it depends. The injury can be for different way, but in this moment we are manage the situation quite good. We are trying also to manage players. For instance, the other day against Inter, Cristo was not playing from the start. The reason why is because he played so many minutes already in pre-season compared to last year. The same was West, that he didn't play the previous game, but he played against Inter. So we are trying to manage also this kind of situation in terms of injury.
Has there been much discussion internally with yourself and you know the medical staff about why last season was so bad injury-wise? Why there was so much disruption?
No, to be honest, we had a meeting with the medical. I explained them the way I like to work. I know, or I have all the complete picture from last year in terms of injury, but because I was not here, I'm not, sitting and judge why, or it's a new year, we sat together. I explained there the way we work and the way we like to manage players, and then what's happened last year, I don't know.
We've got time for 2 more in broadcast, David A and then Bobby.
Ciao, Mr. Davide Pinellato, Gazzetta dello Sport.
Ciao.
I'll switch to English for the rest, of course. There have been a lot of Italian managers here at Chelsea, and you're following them in their footsteps. I'm wondering if you reached out to any of them for advice, or if any of them.
Yeah, I spoke with Claudio Ranieri, and the reason why was also because I spoke with him before I started the season with the Leicester. We won, so when I signed to Chelsea, I called him immediately just to see if he's the same one. And then I spoke with Carlo Ancelotti when we play against Madrid for a while. Yeah, with both of them. both they were talking about the club, fantastic, about their experience here, fantastic. So yeah.
And what does it mean for you to have the chance to be Chelsea manager, to start your Premier League career as a manager?
No, it's a good opportunity. I feel completely relaxed. When I met the club, I was, as I said, completely sure, especially because of the squad. I was not. I was anxious because it's a huge club, but in the same time, I was relaxed because I was just meeting with them. Everything was fine, and then I met them 3-4 times before we took the final decision, and meeting after meeting was always better feeling.
Bobby?
Hi Enzo. How is Pedro Neto? Is he ready to start?
Yeah, Pedro, yeah, physical condition is good. The only problem that we are with Pedro is that he's here in last 2 days, 3 days, so he needs a little bit to understand the way we want to play, but for sure he's fit, for sure he will be with us. We see from the start on the bench, we see that, but he's completely fit.